Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I think this is going to be not only an exciting morning, but informative that I think all of us are going to walk away today with some great insights on what is it about leading through a crisis. Wanted to start off, as I was thinking about this morning, I started thinking about what the heck is a crisis? So that we're all on the same page here as far as what a crisis is. I went to the dictionary. The dictionary defines a crisis as a time of intense difficulty, troubles, or danger. And then the next definition was what I thought was really, really important about our discussion today. It goes on to define the word crisis as a time when difficult or important decisions must be made. Wow. That to me is what leadership is all about, the person who can make those decisions. So, I don't think I'm telling anybody something they don't already know. A crisis is one of those things, it's not a matter of if it's going to happen to you, but when it's going to happen. It's one of those things that targets every organization that we can think of. The most recent one that I've been followed a little bit is, how's this business who runs a cruise ship in Italy, how are they going to deal with that crisis? How are they going to assure their customers in the future that their ships are safe to travel on? Reminds me of a time my sister is a nurse in a hospital, and she was talking to me about a crisis they were dealing with where a nurse gave a patient the wrong medication and the impact that it's had on that patient and therefore the patient's family. I was going to mention this, and then I had it in my notes this morning, and then I'm really glad I did now because we're blessed with having Steve Belcher here with us this morning, the police chief for the city of Bell. So how's Chief Belcher going to deal with all the issues in the city of Bell that have been documented not just in our state but across the nation? So crises happen everywhere. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So I think today is for everybody. It's not just for law enforcement. It's for all of us who are part of any organization. And as I look around this room, I can see that applies to each and every one of us. But I think the question that I have about a crisis is I think they're easy to identify. But what is it about a particular organization that seems to come out of a crisis successfully as opposed to other organizations that suffer a crisis, and it seems like years later, oh my goodness, years later, they're still struggling with that same crisis. The crisis hasn't changed, but I would suggest how people dealt with that, how the leaders dealt with that crisis, maybe could have been much better. I'm going to move right along. I'm going to introduce our panel, which this panel is terrific. These are the icons, as I see them, of people who know firsthand what it is to deal with a crisis and how to deal with it successfully. Immediately to my left is Dr. Kathleen McChesney. During her 24-year career as a special agent of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Dr. McChesney rose through the ranks to become the Executive Assistant Director, the FBI's third highest position, where she was responsible for leading 7 major FBI divisions. She was a police officer and a detective in Seattle, Washington, as part of a specialized homicide task force that investigated serial killer Ted Bundy. She is a co-author of 2 different books. One, Pick Up Your Own Brass, Leadership the FBI Way, and most recently, Sexual Abuse in the Catholic Church, A Decade of Crisis. In 2002, Dr. McChesney was appointed to be the first executive director of the Office of Child and Youth Protection of the United States Catholic Bishops' Conference. She established the church's national standards to prevent child abuse and worked with the John Jay College of Criminal Justice to conduct the only comprehensive research study of the incidence of sexual abuse of minors by Catholic clergy. Holy cow.
Crisis.
Dr. McChesney became vice president of global security for the Walt Disney Company in 2005 and is now the chief executive officer of Kinsale Management Consulting, a woman-owned firm that provides strategic security services to businesses and not-for-profit organizations. She has a Bachelor of Science degree in Police Science and Administration from Washington State University and a master's degree from Seattle University, and her PhD is from Golden Gate University in Public Administration. She has published numerous articles on law enforcement topics and has taught courses at Seattle University, the King County Police Department, and the FBI training academies. She has been honored with the United States President's Meritus, Achievement Award, the Lifetime Achievement Award for Women in Policing, and an honorary doctorate from Anna Maria College. And she currently serves on several boards and lives in Los Angeles. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, I'd like to introduce Police Chief Jim McDonald from the Long Beach Police Department. Chief McDonald was appointed the Long Beach's 25th police chief in March of 2010. He's responsible for a department consisting of 1,500 employees and a $200 million budget. Prior to this, he served with the Los Angeles Police Department for 29 years and held every rank in the department, ultimately serving as Chief of Staff, second in command at the Los Angeles Police Department. He has received numerous community and department awards, including the LAPD's highest award for bravery, the Medal of Valor. Chief McDonald serves on numerous boards of directors that focus on furthering the interests of local youth and leadership. He is an active member of several more organizations, such as the International Associations of Chiefs of Police, Fight Crime, Invest in Kids, Southern California Leadership Network, California Police Chiefs Association, Peace Officers Association of Los Angeles County, and he was recently appointed to the California Commission on Peace Officers Standards and Training, POST, and is a member of the California Peace Officers Association, where he currently serves as their immediate past president. Chief McDonald holds a Bachelor's of Science degree in Criminal Justice from St. Anselm College in Manchester, New Hampshire, and a master's degree in Public Administration from the University of Southern California. He is a graduate of the FBI's prestigious National Executive Institute, the Senior Management Institute for Police, and has completed executive education programs at Harvard's Kennedy School of Government. And for me, for many, many years, whenever LAPD had a crisis, it seemed that Chief McDonald was the face of LAPD. When the media said, what happened and what are you going to do about it, for me, every time it seemed like it was Chief McDonald. Chief, thank you for being here. And definitely, last but not least, a dear friend of mine for a long time, Colleen Preciado. Colleen is a retired Chief Probation Officer for the Orange County Probation Department. As chief of the second largest probation department in California, she was responsible for leading the 1,600-member workforce and managing a $151 million budget. As a 34-year veteran of the agency, she served in almost every capacity during her career. She graduated from Cal State University Long Beach with a bachelor's degree in social welfare. She was a director in the county's juvenile hall for 6.5 years, from 1994 through 2000, and served as the chief of deputy for 5 years, where she oversaw the department-wide administration, budget, contracts, and collections, human resources, and on and on and on. Ms. Preciado is a guest lecturer at California State University Fullerton and UCI, and has provided numerous training courses on probation, search and seizure, narcotics identification, gangs, values, and ethics. In 2008, the Chief Justice of the California Supreme Court appointed her to the Judicial Council on Family and Law Committee. She is a graduate of the Orange County Leadership Academy and one of the founding members of the Orange County Leadership Academy Alumni Steering Committee. Due to the budget crisis facing local and national economy, Chief Preciado led the department through an unprecedented reduction of $22 million in services in one fiscal year. That is a lot of money to have to reduce in 1 year. She was involved in the layoff of almost 200 employees to meet revenue reductions while maintaining a balance of public safety services under the responsibility of the probation department. Welcome, Colleen Preciado. Thank you. as you can see, this is a terrific panel. Our format today is going to be, we're going to ask some questions that are prepared here. Then later on, we'll give you each an opportunity to ask the questions. But before I do that, I do want to start off with giving each of the panel members an opportunity to say a few things. And Colleen, would you mind starting, please?
Sure, be happy to.